of St. John the 20th.
Glory to you, O Lord.
On the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene came to the tomb early while it was still dark, and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and the other disciple, the one whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." Peter then came out with the other disciple, and they went toward the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple outran Peter and reached the tomb first. And stooping to look in, he saw the linen cloths lying there, but he did not go in. Then Simon Peter came following him and went into the tomb. He saw the linen cloths lying, and a napkin which had been on his head, not lying with the linen cloths, but rolled up in a place by itself. Then the other disciple, who reached the tomb first, also went in, and he saw and believed. For as yet they did not know the scripture that he must rise from the dead. Then the disciples went back to their homes. But Mary stood weeping outside the tomb. And as she wept, she stooped to look into the tomb, and she saw two angels in white, sitting where the body of Jesus had lain, one at the head and one at the feet. They said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" She said to them, "Because they have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Saying this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing, but she did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom do you seek?" Supposing him to be the gardener, she said to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned and said to him in Hebrew, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said to her, "Do not hold me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. But go to my brethren and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Mary Magdalene went and said to the disciples, "I have seen the Lord." And she told them that he had said these things. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Christ.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Grace, peace, and much joy to you, people of God. Holy Saturday is the great Sabbath. Jesus, crucified on Good Friday, rests in the tomb. Or, more boldly stated, as in the old Lutheran chorale, O Traurigkeit, our God is dead. And then in the night, we gather to keep solemn vigil, like Mary Magdalene and the other Mary who we heard about on Palm Sunday, sitting opposite the sepulchre. It is night. God knows about the night that surrounds us. But he has struck a light in the heart of it. Our two candlelight services every year, the Christmas Eve service and this Easter Vigil, use the image of night and light in the night to speak of God's interventions in his world. God coming into a world that rejects him, but cannot finally escape the encounter with God. At Christmas, the true light that enlightens everyone is coming into the world in the night and is rejected. He empties himself, he offers himself, he gives himself in obedience all the way to death on the cross. But that is not the last word. God intervenes again. The resurrection is the great reversal. The God who was silent on Good Friday speaks a word of new beginning. Indeed, all of our readings at the Easter Vigil speak of new beginnings. The new beginning of creation. A cleansing baptism of the whole world. Not the sacrifice of Isaac, but God himself providing the true lamb for sacrifice. The centerpiece of the entire Old Testament, God's ancient people Israel saved through the water from slavery into the freedom of the land of promise. A new heart and a new spirit, new life for dry bones. The presence of Christ with the persecuted in the midst of the fire. And the faith of the persecuted. O Nebuchadnezzar, if our God will deliver us from you, then he will deliver us. But know this, O king, even if he does not deliver us, we still will not worship your gods or bow down to your golden statue. That is the faith that informs the race to the empty tomb. The Magdalene's recognition of the one who calls her by name, and her proclamation, the apostle to the apostles, I have seen the Lord. The resurrection is God's new beginning for the whole world. And our baptism into that resurrection is the new beginning for us. It is still night. We await the dawning of the day that will last forever when Christ comes again. But even in the night that surrounds us, has not God given us a candle at baptism and the means to light it? The light of Christ. That is the light that shines through all the new beginnings of our baptized life, forgiving us our past, allowing us to amend our present, and directing our future into God's promise. It will take each of us a lifetime to conform our lives to the death and resurrection of Christ. But he will be present with us, a light in the darkness, an accompaniment in the fire of whatever difficulties we may encounter. A voice that enables us to recognize the one who, raised from the dead, is our new beginning. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.